Yo, what's good? It's your bro Lo, and I'm bringing you guys another saucy trading video. You know what I'm saying? But yo, what's good, y'all? So for the past 2 days, basically, I'm gonna recap Thursday and Friday because I took a trade yesterday and I took a trade today, and I want to recap exactly what happened during those days. So as you guys can see right now, it is a break-even week for me. I was up $75 the last time you guys seen this video, but as you guys can see, I'm now close to break-even, basically $1 up. You know what I mean? And you guys can see the closed positions here, right? This was yesterday, $21 loss, and today, which was a $50 loss. And let's go ahead and break those down. I'm gonna break down why I took those trades, and how I felt. You know what I'm saying about those trades, and how I felt about the end result of those trades. But yeah, let's start off with yesterday. So yesterday, which was Thursday, let's go ahead and go to because I put it all in here so that way it's all documented right here, and it's easier for me to recap it this way. Right, so yesterday, as you guys know, if you guys watch my videos, I wasn't really supposed to trade yesterday. It was just supposed to be like a little tape reading session or no trades at all because there was CPI today. So I'm gonna just go ahead and break down what I was looking at. Right, so basically, I was tape reading the session. Right, I seen that there was London's high here, but there was SMT created at these previous daily fair value gap, right? So let me go and show you guys that fair value gap. So I was watching this daily volume imbalance here, right there, right? Just watching that. Since we are at a discount array and I'm bullish, I was anticipating price to potentially go up from there, right? So as you guys can see, the SMT got placed in with NASDAQ right here. ES did not run out this low, and then YM took out the previous daily low, right? So with that being said, I'm like, okay, CPI is tomorrow, so it could be weird, but at the same time, I think London highs could be hurt. So I said, definitely not an easy read today, and even though the government is shut down, it's likely CPI will be released tomorrow, right? Waiting for open to see what type of fuckery happens today, because I'm thinking it's just gonna be search and destroy or be goofy as hell, right? So this is what I said. I think they're gonna hurt people already positioned at London highs. How they get there is the question, right? So looking at this, right, as you guys can see, S&T at that previous daily, this Asia low, right, and NASDAQ took out that Asia low, inversion fair value gap. We came down, used that there, went above this, right, hit the consequent encroachment of the daily wick, used that there, right. But what we did was we immediately rebalanced these two. Right, so immediate rebalance here, closed above this fair value gap, right? That's at daily consequent encroachment of the daily wick, right? And then once we closed above it, we had another immediate rebalance where that whole range was filled in right here. So no fair value gaps was left, right? And we just attacked the previous London high, right? So with that being said, it felt like it was a rush that they were trying to get somewhere. And where were they trying to get to? These relatively equal highs right here and previous daily high, which is above right here, right? So after we ran through London just like that, I wanted to see if London's high was gonna hold, and I'm definitely not gonna buy up here. I need a retracement close to midnight open price, right? So boom, we come down to the London high, right? Since we ran out the London high, I wanted to see something happen here and price to hold this array, right, and leave that open. So boom. Okay, I was marking out dirty 30. Don't mind that. I was just watching that to see how it would do, like a little paper trade, not some light, just for visual purposes, to see if it could run out these lows. But that wasn't really my trade because the SMTs were there. I just wanted to see how it would expand through there. Right. So boom. So expansion met with expansion on ES. Right. We filled in this completely. I wanted to try to buy ES instead. Right. But notice how NQ did not fill in this range. So NQ was going to be the better buy, right? So what I wanted to see was price close up CSD, this down close candle, go above there, and then I will want to buy that, but not ES because ES completely filled this in, right? So boom, after price had came down to London's high, right? This area, took out this low, IOFED'd here. All I wanted was a CSD here, and then I was in, right? So boom, once we got the CSD there, I entered there as price was coming down into it, and then boom, looking for price to go to all-time high, or look, at least my 1 or 2 with my stops right below here, right? So here you go, here's the position there, right? Here's the buy there, right? Aiming for $100, only risking $50, right? So I was at risk $50. So boom. So I was watching the hourly consequent encroachment, wanted to see this hourly candle open, come down to it, use that, and continue higher, right? So as we were using the consequent encroachment, which is this blue line of that hourly inversion fair value gap, I wanted to see this up close candle hold, right? My stop is under here still, but I wanted to see this range hold to get up to those highs. So as you can see, the previous 15-minute candle close right here. I'm looking at the 15-minute. I wanted to see expansion off of this 15-minute candle, right? So what I did was price came down one more time, right, and then went higher, and I wanted to see that 15-minute candle still close around consequent encroachment, which is like right there of that hourly fair value gap, right? So what I did was I moved my stop right above, right into this down close candle where the bodies are, a little bit below the bodies. Wanted to see all of this range hold and see it start going higher, right? So since I wasn't really supposed to be in a trade yesterday, I aggressively managed to $20, so that way I could take a half a loss. And plus, looking at time, right, we're already around like 11:30 type shit, right? So I wasn't really willing to take a full $50 loss yesterday, you know what I'm saying? Just half a loss, you know what I mean? So that's why I said, especially because CPI is tomorrow, that's why I moved my stop, aggressively moved my stop. So my stop was trailed right there, right? Expecting this high to hold, expecting this constant encroachment to hold, expecting it to move higher from there. So boom, 3 minutes still held that up close candle. Boom, we started to continue higher. And then we got that close on the 15-minute right above constant encroachment. Look at the bodies on the hourly CE of the hourly inversion fair value gap, right? So I got it in red right here. Right, so held that, aggressively moved my stop. Was just hoping that it would just run up and go to my TP, right? So the only thing that was keeping price at bay was consequent encroachment of this weekly wick. You know, I measured it out. There's the middle right there. So that's what was holding price right here, right here, right here, and right here. So notice how we couldn't expand through it. So, so what I did was I just managed my stop. I left Popeyes, let the trade do whatever it was gonna do, and as you guys can see, let's go right to it and see what happened, right? Well, you guys already know what happened, but let's look at what price did. All right. So boom, right? My entry was here. My stop was like right here. Look, it hit consequent encroachment at that weekly wick, which I don't have marked out anymore because we're way above it. I don't need it on my chart, right? And then we came down one more time. If I would have just left my stop where it was at, right? Let me show you. So my entry was somewhere in here after the CSD, boom, there, right? Somewhere in there. And then my stop was here. If I would have just left my stop there, it probably would have hit my TP at a 1 to 2, but it would have got there around Asia. It wouldn't have got there around before the market closed, you feel me? But since I'm trading Forex, I could have held it and it would have hit my TP anyway, right? But bro, it's could have, would have, should have, you know what I'm saying? It's fine that I got stopped out at a little $20 loss, you know what I'm saying? Especially a day before CPI. So in my mind, bro, it's okay, bro. It's fine, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm on my disciplined, profitable trader arc, you know what I'm saying? I'm on that arc right now, you feel me? I'm trying to stay on that arc. So with that being said, bro, took that $20 loss to the chin, right? $20 loss to the chin. Now let's get into today's price section. All right, so today after CPI, all we did was run up and run out the all-time highs, right? Since Asia, we left Asia and all we did was run up, run all-time highs. So since we're so far at a premium, right, I know this is like calling the top or whatever. You could call it catching a falling knife, whatever, right? But I'm not gonna buy when prices expanding above all-time highs, and from the CPI report, all we did was expand higher, right? So I'm thinking in terms of smart money, breakout traders are getting excited. Everybody's getting excited that this thing is gonna go higher, right? So in my mind, all I'm doing is waiting until time lines up, right? So all I did today was wait for this to happen, right? So I was waiting for 10 o'clock because we use this FEG here to send price higher, right? So all I was doing was waiting for 10 o'clock to come down, expand through here, watch the 3-minute close, and then take the CSD afterwards and take this entry here. That was the plan going in for today with SMT at these highs with ES, right? So ES had left SMT at these highs. I didn't mark them out, right? But here's ES, right? So we left this data high, right? I was looking for this to happen. I was gonna take ES. So what happened was I took an entry here, right? I took this entry here right after we came down into this right here. This is the 3-minute fair value gap. So where I messed up was, right? Notice how I have the 3-minute marked out, right? What I did was, okay, let's go to ES. So I made a mistake. I made a mistake, a small error, right, in my entry. So I had this 5-minute fair value gap marked out, right? Because I wanted to go up a time frame, you know what I mean, instead of looking at the 3-minute, because the 5-minute is going to be a lot more stronger. So going into the 3-minute, right, notice how I have that 5-minute FEG marked out. I was on the 3-minute time frame, and I seen that this candle had closed through that 3-minute, this 5-minute fair value gap, right? I'm thinking it's the 3-minute at first, and then we CSD'd here. Well, I mean, we've been CSD'd here, right here. But I'm looking at this as like a CSD, right? Or whatever, right? Boom. Okay. So what I did was I entered here. Entered there with my stop above. At first it was above this high here. At first it was above there, but my stop was moved here because this was at $50, at a $50 loss, right? And that's okay with what I wanted to risk, right? And then my target was down here at a 1 or 2, basically around the data lows and relative equal lows, right? So I'm thinking that price was gonna run down into here. So what happened was I ate through all this drawdown here, right, with my stop above this high at first, and then I saw that as it was moving down, I saw that the stop was $50 even right here. So I went ahead and put my stop there, and you can see that it started running down again. I left this high here and finally closed through this FEG. So I most likely would have entered here anyway, and would have entered there when my stop above here anyway, and would have got stopped out regardless. You feel me? It didn't hold this FEG like I thought it was gonna leave it open and shit, and then, you know what I'm saying, it didn't do anything that I thought it was gonna do. And you know, I took the $50 loss. The only trade that I took today, you feel me? Yes, it's kind of like calling the top, trying to catch a falling knife, but hey, I accepted the risk. I was comfortable with taking that trade, bro. I'd probably take that trade 100 times over. You know what I'm saying? But not this entry though. Not this entry. You know what I'm saying? But when you look at Nasdaq looked way better, right? I would have definitely took this right here if I was looking at Nasdaq, and I would have most definitely got stopped out as well on this entry as well, bro. Like, I would have got stopped out, you know what I'm saying? But this was my trade. This is what I was looking at taking, you know what I'm saying? And you know, I took the L. So this week I am break even. That's okay, bro. 2 weeks in a row, bro. 2 weeks straight, bro. No crash outs, no tilt, bro. I'm where I need to be. You know what I'm saying? I hope you guys can see this. Like, okay, yeah, I'm human. I'm a normal trader. I still got that degenerate in me that wants to come out and just tilt my account away and tilt and try to make everything's better and end my day out green or whatever when I'm red, or when I get hit, I break even. Yes, it's still there. But this week I barely felt it at all. I didn't feel it. You know what I'm saying? Which is where I need to be. I'm back at that mindset where I need to be, bro, to be that profitable trader that I know I can be. You know what I'm saying? So I think this is good progress that I can end the week off like this. Even if I ended off the week with a small loss, bruh, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because the more I keep coming to work and I keep doing the same thing, I keep following my plan, even though I made a mistake today and I didn't go exactly based off of the entry that I wanted to take. You feel me? And if I would have got stopped out from this, bro, I would have been completely fine. I would have been straight. Even though this was going towards me, bro. Yo, I dead ass, bro. I did not feel no like fear or no anxiety in my body, bro, when I entered this trade, bro. And that's where I have to be, and that's where I have to stay, bro. You know what I'm saying? So next week, gonna come to work, gonna do the same thing, no matter what situation I'm in, bro. Right now, bro, I'm in my trade, bro. I'm telling y'all, bro, and I can't wait to. I mean, I can wait because you know, it takes patience for all this, but I just can't wait to where all this pays off. Being disciplined, taking these to the chin, bro, and not letting none of this affect me. You know what I mean? Not letting life affect my trading or whatever, bro. You know what I'm saying? I probably went on a little tangent. I don't know, bro, but like, man, it just feels good to be back at this and be able to accept the loss and be able to accept this stop out. And just, I was so patient. I didn't try to flip my bias or nothing, bro. Like, I was so patient waiting on this, bro. And mind you, I'm never gonna buy at all-time highs when it's at the high, bro. Never. I would rather just sit on my hands and just go for it, you know what I'm saying? But I will definitely sell the fuck out of this when price shows me that it might be ready, which it did. It looked like it. SMT there, everything lined up. SMT at the data highs, bro. Everything was there, bro. It just didn't work out, bro. But yeah, I'm gonna end the video off there. I ain't gonna keep y'all here too long because I know y'all got shit to do. So if you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, sub to the motherfucking channel. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, hope you guys enjoy the rest of y'all weekend. Peace. I'm out.